And now to news from A Current Affair. Last week we highlighted misleading claims in a sting that the programme carried out on 5 Queensland doctors. If you've forgotten the story, here's a reminder.
Not sick, but you want the day off? No worries. These doctors are happy to make every weekend a long one. Just ask and they'll give you a certificate.
Yep, just ask and they'll write you a sickie. Using a hidden camera, ACA's Aaron O'Brien posed as a patient and then reported back to viewers that scamming a sick note from doctors was a snack. One took 90 seconds to write it out, another laughed, and a third helped him find an excuse. Or so O'Brien told viewers.
I was shocked that he just seemed to think it was a bit of a joke and that he could just come up with an excuse with me. So.
What excuse will I put in?
I can leave it up to you, Mal.
Kept on talking about for lunch again.
Yeah.
The doctor in that clip, Liam Carroll, complained to MediaWatch that he had been lied to. He also said selective editing had made him look like a clown, and that his reputation had been harmed with patients and colleagues who had identified him. Now another of the 5 doctors, David Chambers, has seen that MediaWatch report and backed Dr Carroll up.
I can corroborate his version of events.
Dr Chambers has detailed notes that he says confirm his version of events. And it's radically different from A Current Affairs, which was that O'Brien told the 5 doctors he was simply tired and wanted a day off, and that very few questions were asked of him.
Aaron presented as a new patient to our surgery. He told me that he was a carpenter, that he was tired, stressed and unable to go into work that day. He looked anxious, avoided eye contact.
Dr Chambers says he took a full medical history, organised blood tests and finally issued a certificate saying only that O'Brien claimed to be unable to work. The consultation took 16 minutes, 35 seconds and was no slapdash affair. Yet that, says Dr Chambers, is how it was made to look.
I was appalled and embarrassed to see how ACA had misrepresented a private consultation, editing it to suit their means. Like Dr Carroll, I have also been recognised by colleagues and patients as being shown in the ACA story.
So 2 of the doctors now say they were lied to and claim that ACA misled its 1.1 million viewers as to how they dealt with their patient. These are serious allegations. So on Thursday we sent an email to Channel 9 boss David Gyngell asking him to hand over the camera tapes to settle who was telling the truth. And what do you know? On Friday, A Current Affair returned to the so-called certificates scandal.
Earlier this month, we brought you a story on doctors' certificates in a hidden camera investigation designed to demonstrate how easy it is to simply tell a doctor you're tired and stressed and don't want to go to work. We've now come under attack after 2 of the doctors we visited claimed that they weren't fairly represented in the story.
In this reheated version, A Current Affair admitted that its producer Aaron O'Brien had lied by claiming to be a carpenter. It also admitted he had told doctors he was stressed and not just tired. And it then broadcast a much bigger chunk of the consultations it had secretly filmed. Finally, it asked viewers to make up their own minds about who was telling the truth. Well, we've seen it, and we have. And it's pretty clear that you could not accuse Liam Carroll or David Chambers of being negligent or a soft touch. It's also clear there was nothing scandalous about the way they dealt with the patient. After watching the update, Dr Chambers told us,
The issue that most irritated me about ACA's story was the base premise that GPs are somehow incompetent and untrustworthy. I've heard it said that tabloid media tends to reflect back the views of its audience. If this is the case here, it is a tragedy.
He also told us,
I do intend to complain to Channel 9 and ACMA if I don't find satisfaction.
Dr Carroll is also complaining to Nine and the Australian Communications and Media Authority, and so both doctors should. A Current Affair lied to these doctors, secretly filmed them without their permission, caused them to be identified by patients and colleagues, and told viewers they had failed to do a proper job. All in all, it's a shocking indictment, and those responsible at A Current Affair should be ashamed of themselves. And you can read the full correspondence on our website, but for now, that's all from us. Goodbye.